What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel for more news on Infinite Magicraid. Today, two things to talk about. The first one is gonna be the banner of this Friday and some events, and the second one is gonna be a survey about the Broken Land, the guild versus environment, because they are asking our feelings about this game mode, so we are gonna talk about that in this video. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the banner. This Friday in Excellent and Supreme Wishes, we are gonna have Either, the return of Either. So it is really interesting because Either is a great hero and I don't have him, so probably I should summon this weekend. Also, I'm always summoning just a bit in order to get some rewards on the summons, really important, because if you have a look to the game here, on each summon, if you have enough summons, it's really interesting to summon every time, because on each event you get some scrolls here. 2 scrolls is really important, and you get some more rewards on banner, excellent and supreme wishes during the rebate, so really interesting. Okay, so we are gonna have Either, we are gonna have Veronica, Melia, that means 3 great heroes and great in many content in the game. Melia is interesting in the Tower of Mark, in the Force Mark Tower, in the Dragon Tribe. I'm still using her in the Dragon Tribe. As always, I'm gonna show you everything. Let's talk about her first. In the Faction Abyss Dragon Tribe, I was able to clear all the stages, and if you have a look here, this is the team I used. So I used Melia here. She is really nice in this team. She is great in dungeons, early game and mid game, because then HP burning damage are not gonna be really strong after stages 31, because enemies are gonna take less HP burning damage. But she is still interesting against Gwyneth and Marius because they don't have any HP burning reduction, as you can see here, so really interesting. In terms of PvP, she is not that great, so there is a nice combo to use. If you have Hezonja, exclusive one, then you can use both of them together, and so she's gonna apply some HP burning on enemies, and then your Hezonja is gonna destroy the entire team in front of you if they can take HP burning damage. Because today you have some heroes, Nita for example, who is immune to dot damage. You have other heroes, Agatha, she is immune to HP burnings, so they can be interesting, but be careful in PvP. So Veronica is great in the Faction Abyss. This is the best damage dealer we have, after Ogrades, of course. This is the team I used to clear the stage 25. Okay, Yes, I used Tifia, but then I regressed her. I'm waiting for Teru, he's gonna be way better. And here, so Veronica is one of the top DPS for this faction after Ogrades, but Ogrades is not easy to get today, so she is great in that content, and also she is really nice in the Tower of Mark, the blue one. As you can see, this is my current team. I'm using her to farm the stage 30, and this is really efficient. She is great in that content. In PvP, I don't think she is great, so she is more a PvE hero. On the guild boss, the Weathering Coast, she is really interesting in a poison team. For example, if you have a look there, this is my poison team, and if you want to know the damage she can do, I have many supports to increase her poison damage, and so this is the result. This is how much damage I can do with that poison team. 169 million with her, pretty nice, right? There is also a great team for the guild boss. If you have a look here, you need to put some Hezonja. Where is Hezonja? You need a multiple kind of dots. You have Hezonja, you have Ben Austin, of course, you had Nicholas. Yeah, this is an old team, but it was working pretty well. You need Lucia or Needroll, and the last one is Veronica, and that team is gonna work pretty well against that boss. Let's check. I have no smart casting at all. 310 million, and I know that I can reach more damage than that. If I'm changing that, for sure I'm gonna have more damage. Let's do that, okay, and let's open with that. If we have a look, maybe I'm gonna get more damage. Okay, no, it's worst, but I know that we can reach the 400 million using this kind of team, okay? So, either is interesting against the guild boss, but he's not gonna deal that much damage if you don't have the right auras on your heroes. And if you have a look, okay, I don't know exactly, because if you have a look here, of course this is the best player in the game with all the auras on players, and so he is using either in that team, so it's interesting. But either is better for PvP to protect your heroes, to tank for them, and to deal a lot of defense-based damage. He is interesting in the championship. Many players are using him, for example. He is interesting. I don't know if he is great outside of that, maybe in the faction abyss to protect your heroes, but I'm not sure if players are using him. Let's check. Okay, there is no either yet. Let's check the 29. Maybe someone, no, nobody used him here. So he is a recent hero, so people don't know about his true potential. So maybe in the future we are gonna have more data and know more about the hero. Then we are gonna have two other heroes. We are gonna have Slivel and Thanatos. Slivel, she is not used today. She is not a great hero anymore. Basically, she can increase the attack of all your heroes and get an extra turn, have some crit guaranteed on that skill here. Crit is guaranteed, and on the basic attack, one state of attack is guaranteed to land a crit. And she can be interesting for PvP if you have the exclusive 3, because if you kill an enemy, he cannot be revived. So depending on the team you are facing, she can be really interesting. But outside of that, she is clearly not a great hero today. And the last hero is Thanatos. He has been reworked. I don't know exactly the potential of the hero, but I know that he is dealing a lot of direct damage to enemies. I would love to give you my advice about the hero, but I don't know yet. I didn't have the chance to own multiple copies of him, and so I haven't tried him yet. So I don't know. Maybe you have some friends, other people who can give you some advice about that. If we have a look maybe to Bios Healer, Bijo, I think he is using, okay, no, not that time, but before, I remember he was using Thanatos in one team, but here apparently he is not anymore. So that was all about the legendary heroes. Then we are gonna have Hazier, Justy, Melta, and Sylvester. Okay, no great hero in this banner in terms of epic heroes, so you can just forget that. We are gonna have the double legend, it's gonna come again. So if we have a look to the game calendar, normally we can see that. Double legend, I thought it would be this, yeah, no? Okay, so they are talking about that, maybe we can see that on the calendar. Let's check the calendar, double legend, okay. So maybe if we have a look, yeah, excuse me for that. Double legend on August 25th, okay, August 25th, so it's not that this week, it's next week, okay, 25th, no, what am I saying, this is this Friday, yeah, it's not written in game, but we are gonna have the double legend this weekend, okay? So basically, double legend, be careful because you are gonna have a banner, but it is not related to the banner. That means on Excellent and Supreme Wishes, you can summon a hero, a legendary hero, and you can get one, it can occur only one time, one legendary hero for free after you obtain your first legendary hero during the event, but you have a kind of guarantee to get heroes inside of the banner. If you get two heroes outside of the banner, the third one is going to be guaranteed to be inside, but the double legend doesn't count in that. So that means basically you can have two heroes outside of the banner and also a third one, the double legend, okay? So be careful about that. And you don't have rates up on the double legend, so be careful also about that. Okay, next thing, here on the announcement, you are gonna have the Dragon Cliff double drop. Okay, why not? If you want to farm some food, it's up to you. I'm never doing that, to be honest. I prefer summoning, it's better to get some food and spending my stamina in dungeon events. So, last thing, here, if you have a look to the Discord, you can click on that specific link, okay, to join the survey. I'm gonna put that link in the description of my video so you can access it. And basically, if you have a look, I'm gonna show that to you in a moment. Gotta hide that. And this is the survey. Talking about the Broken Lands, many questions. What do you think of the rules of Broken Lands? Is it interesting and easy to understand? So my answer, interesting, pretty easy to understand, but it's time consuming. Yeah, really time consuming, and I really don't like that. And majority of players won't like that because outside of the game, you have a life. You have a life, you have a work, a job, and so it's really hard to find the time to play this content, basically. Here, currently, what is the highest level of fortress your guild has defeated? We are currently fighting against towers number 9, and probably at the end of the day, we are gonna fight against number 10th. We are gonna see. Then, how is your battle experience? Is the difficulty reasonable? Reasonable for the top 10 guilds, probably hardcore for the majority of players, and this is true. If you don't have the exclusives on Nicholas, for example, exclusive 2 to control enemies, yeah, it's really easy when you have Nicholas exclusive 2, and if you don't have a lot of exclusives on many heroes, then it's gonna be really hard to push the towers. Maybe it could be great over time to have more buffs, so people, even small guilds, low-level guilds, can progress through the content and finish to clear all the towers during the 15 days. Okay, of course, biggest guilds are gonna have a better chance to finish fast the guild versus environment content, and so access to the boss really fast. We have already 3 guilds fighting against the boss. But it could be nice all the time, so maybe after 10 days the low-level guilds can access to the boss and have more rewards. It could be great if it was designed this way. So do you like the gameplay interface of Broken Land? Hopefully we have a great interfaces to manage towers, because the map is not very clear. We can't zoom out to have a better view of the field. Yeah, basically this is the case, and this is really annoying. When you have a look to the towers, I'm gonna explain that directly through the game. It's gonna be easier. If you have a look here to the field, it's super. The zoom is really important, and in fact you can't see anything. Okay, you're forced to move a lot like here, so it's really a bad design. But if you take into consideration that you have this interface, this is a great one. You can have a look to all garrisons, but we are lacking a good interface for guild officers and the guild leader to see how many fights every players in the guild made, or how much towers do they have, etc. So we could help our guildmates and our guild to progress through that content if we had this kind of interface. So, next thing, when attacking a fortress, will you actively communicate and cooperate with guild members? We do it on our private Discord, and yeah, this is true, but this is a bit hard to do it because we don't want to ping all players in the guild every time we do something in the fight, okay? In the game, so this is a bit tough to manage it. It could be great to have an interface in the game and something to lock directly a fortress when it is under attack, and I am a developer, so I know how does it work. You just have, when someone enters a fight in a fortress, to send a token to the server, and so then once the fight is over, remove the token, and so when the fortress have a token, it's impossible to attack it by other players. Basically, it is how it works, because today it happened multiple times in my guild. 2 players attacking the same fortress at the same time, and so basically if we are using our top players, our top units, then we are gonna waste them, because it could be better to avoid doing that and conquer 2 fortresses instead of 1. So this is what I'm talking about here. Other suggestions: add a lock system, okay? Lower enemies damage scaling over their max HP. They one-shot everyone, and this is the case. If you take a Teru, for example, or a Lamb in front of you, they are gonna basically one-shot your entire team. If you take other heroes only doing attack damage, Luz, for example, Luz, or maybe Okmin, they are not going to kill your heroes, okay? So this is absurd to have this kind of damage for some specific units. Also, remove Gretas. Yeah, Gretas are just insane because they one-shot one of your hero for sure and you can't control them, so it's really annoying. Also, I know that Nazakmas are really bad because, okay, you can control them, but you are taking so much damage and they remove all your buffs. This is annoying, but not game breaking. Allow players to define a squad of 5 heroes. Heroes in the squad can attack 2 times a day. It could be really interesting. Tell me what do you think about that. It could help players with a less amount of heroes to progress easier through the content. Increase fortresses attack HP and defense buffs when they are garrisoned, so players really feel the difference in battle, and so battles could be faster. Okay, the game is really time consuming today, and if we have a look here, for example, on our fortresses, garrison 1 level 8, let's have a look. Okay, we don't have many players in the towers level 8 because it's really hard to beat and it's time consuming. On the level 7 we don't have many, and here on the level 6 we have many players garrison here. Okay, and if we have a look to the towers, we get more buffs here, but even these buffs are not that high when you enter the fight because, as I said, you can have 200% more HP, but your base amount of HP is not that high, and so you are still getting one-shotted by enemies, and it doesn't make sense to me. So it could be better to have a better impact of the stats in each towers, and so we could, if we had more attack, clear the fortresses already taken by other team guildmates faster. Tell me what you think about that in the comment below, but it would be way better. No, it's not that screen. Here, then, change the difficulty based on enemy stats because it is absurd, let's be honest. Add some themes to battles like only HP burn deals damage or only bleeds, etc. Getting one-shotted by enemies or having to wait 2-4 minutes to kill one unit is a bad design. I really don't like that. Tell me what you think about that in the comment below. This is just a suggestion. You can have better ways, maybe use 3 heroes, 2 heroes from the same faction to... I don't know what you can use, but maybe it's gonna be more engaging for the guild. If you have a guildmate with a strong direct damage team, for example, maybe he's gonna you are gonna ask him to take a specific tower and etc. Adjust your teams in function. If you have maybe 4 heroes from with this direct damage, maybe they can have a buff, a unique buff for taking some towers, etc. Some resonance with some specific units, maybe I don't know, playing a Hezonja with Amelia is gonna give them both a unique buff, something like that. It could be way better than that. Tell me what you think about that in the comment below. And finally, your grade for Broken Land. This is my note because it's really time consuming and not everybody can play this content every day, and so it's if not all your guild members participate in that content, and if you are a really active player, you are gonna be discouraged by this content. Clearly you are gonna be discouraged, so it could be there are many ways to improve that content, and I really do hope that DH Games is gonna find the right solution. So that was all for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget also to give me your feedback about the content in the comment below. Have a nice day and see you soon. Bye bye.